You are holding a secret that most people will never discover. Not because it's hidden, not because they aren't worthy, but because they aren't ready. There exists a transmission that moves through reality like water finding its level, a teaching that reveals itself only when consciousness reaches the exact frequency required to receive it. This isn't mysticism dressed up as wisdom. This is how the universe actually operates. And right now, in this moment, if you're watching this, something in you has aligned with the frequency that brought you here. The ancient ones understood this. They didn't write books to inform, they wrote them to activate. Every parable, every story, every seemingly simple tale contained within their texts wasn't entertainment. It was a key. And that key only turned when the reader's inner mechanism had evolved to match its shape. What you're about to discover isn't just a collection of stories. It's a living technology of consciousness. A book that doesn't exist in linear time, but in resonance. And the fact that you're here, right now, watching this, that's not coincidence. That's cosmic recognition. Let me explain what's really happening. The universe doesn't function like a vending machine where you insert effort and receive results. It functions like a radio, constantly broadcasting signals at different frequencies, and what you receive depends entirely on where your dial is tuned. Most people spend their lives trying to force the universe to broadcast on their frequency, never realizing that all they need to do is adjust their own reception. You've been taught that finding knowledge is about searching, that wisdom comes to those who seek hard enough, dig deep enough, push far enough into the unknown. But here's what no one tells you. The greatest teachings don't arrive through effort. They arrive through alignment. Think about your own life for a moment. Haven't there been books that appeared at the exact moment you needed them? Conversations that happened precisely when your soul was asking a question you hadn't even spoken aloud? Teachers who materialized just as you were ready to learn what they had to offer? This isn't luck. This is the fundamental operating system of reality. The universe is not a passive backdrop against which you move. It is an intelligent field that responds to your consciousness. And when your awareness reaches a specific vibrational state, when you've lived through enough experiences, asked enough questions, shed enough old beliefs, suddenly what you need appears. The ancient text we're exploring today calls itself the ritual of the universe. But here's what makes it different from every other spiritual teaching you've encountered. It doesn't claim to be found. It claims to find you. Read that again. It doesn't wait to be discovered. It recognizes when your consciousness has reached the threshold where its teachings can take root. And then, only then, does it reveal itself. This is the first principle of cosmic law that most people miss entirely. The treasures of existence are not withheld from you. They're waiting for you to become the version of yourself that can hold them. You cannot force readiness. You cannot fake alignment. The universe reads the actual frequency of your being, not the story you tell yourself about who you are. If this is landing for you, take a moment to hit the like button. It helps this transmission reach others who are ready, and subscribe to stay connected to this frequency. And when that frequency matches what's available, reality reorganizes itself to deliver exactly what you need. There's something else happening here that most spiritual teachings miss entirely. They focus on what you need to do, what practices you need to master, what levels you need to achieve. But the deepest teachings don't ask you to do anything. They ask you to recognize what's already present, to see with new eyes what's been there all along, invisible only because you weren't vibrating at the frequency where it becomes visible. Think of it like this. Infrared light exists whether you can see it or not. It's there, radiating, present, but your eyes aren't built to perceive it. Does that mean it's not real? Number. It means your perception hasn't expanded to include it yet. The moment you put on infrared goggles, suddenly you see a whole dimension of reality that was always there. Consciousness works the same way. There are dimensions of possibility surrounding you right now. Opportunities, connections, insights, resources that are absolutely present, but completely invisible to your current frequency. Not because they're being withheld, but because your awareness hasn't expanded to include them yet. And the moment it does, reality doesn't change. Your perception of reality changes, which, in practical terms, means everything changes. Let me take you somewhere. Close your eyes for a moment, actually close them, and imagine you're walking through an ancient marketplace. Not the kind you've seen in history books, but one that exists in the space between thought and matter. There's a vendor there. She sits behind a table covered with objects that shimmer with impossible light. Vessels made from crystallized starlight. Mirrors that reflect not your face but your potential. Rings woven from the fabric of wishes that never came true but always mattered. Her name, in this telling, is Jessica Martinez, and she has a problem that defies all logic. She cannot sell anything, not because people don't want what she has. They do, desperately. But every time someone tries to buy one of her treasures, the payment dissolves. Gold coins turn to dried leaves. Silver transforms to vapor. Even gems crumble into dust the moment they touch her palm. For years, she believes she's failing, that she's the worst merchant in all of Damascus, cursed with goods that refuse to be traded. Until one evening, something shifts. A traveler approaches, his eyes hollow from searching, his hands empty from loss. He doesn't know what he's looking for. He only knows he's been looking for lifetimes. And when his gaze falls on a simple copper bowl that 100 others have tried to purchase before him, something extraordinary happens. The bowl begins to hum, not with sound, but with presence. It vibrates with a frequency that only he can feel. And when he lifts it, every cell in his body recognizes what his mind doesn't yet understand. This object has been waiting for him, not for anyone else, for him, at this exact moment, after this exact journey. When he offers payment, the coins remain solid in Jessica's hand. The bowl has found its destined owner. This is when Jessica discovers the truth that changes everything. Her items were never refusing to be sold. They were refusing to be bought by people who weren't ready for them. Each object was encoded with a specific consciousness signature, and it would only materialize, only become real in the fullest sense, when someone whose awareness matched that signature arrived. You see, the universe doesn't operate on the economics of scarcity. It operates on the physics of resonance. What you seek is also seeking you, but it's not seeking the you that you pretend to be. It's seeking the you that you're becoming. The you that's lived through enough, transformed enough, opened enough to hold what's about to be given. Here's what this means practically. Every book that's changed your life, every teaching that's cracked you open, every relationship that's transformed you, none of them were accidents. They were cosmic appointments. Your consciousness sent out a signal, and reality responded with exactly what you needed, precisely when you could receive it. The question isn't whether the universe is abundant. The question is, are you tuned to the frequency where that abundance can find you? And here's where most people get stuck. They think tuning themselves means working harder, meditating longer, affirming louder. But tuning isn't about addition. It's about subtraction. It's about removing the interference, the beliefs, the fears, the stories about unworthiness that's blocking the signal that's already trying to reach you. Jessica's Marketplace exists in your life right now. Every day you walk past treasures that are waiting for you to become ready for them. Relationships that could transform you, opportunities that could elevate you, insights that could liberate you. They're there, present, real. But you can't see them yet because your consciousness hasn't matched their frequency. The question becomes, how do you raise your frequency? How do you become the person who sees what's invisible to who you are now? Not through force, through presence, not through striving, through stillness, not through seeking more, through releasing what's blocking you from receiving what's already here. Pause here, right now. Don't skip this part. What I'm about to share isn't just information, it's activation. And if you let it, it will shift the way reality delivers to you from this moment forward. Tonight, before you sleep, sit in a quiet space. Not to meditate in the traditional sense, not to clear your mind or achieve some perfect state of stillness, simply to remember. Think back over the last month, the last year, the last decade of your life, and identify 3 things, 3 moments, 3 teachings, 3 encounters that appeared at the exact instant you needed them. Not a day earlier, when you wouldn't have understood. Not a day later, when the window would have closed. But exactly when your soul was ready to receive. Maybe it was a book that someone randomly mentioned, and when you read it, it answered a question you'd been silently asking. Maybe it was a breakdown that forced you into a breakthrough you'd been avoiding. Maybe it was a stranger who said 7 words that rewrote your entire understanding of yourself. As you recall each one, speak this truth aloud. I recognize the perfect timing of all gifts. I trust the wisdom that guides their arrival. I am ready to receive what seeks me now. This isn't affirmation for the sake of feeling good. This is quantum acknowledgement. You are telling the field of consciousness, I see you. I recognize the intelligence that orchestrates my life, and I am opening myself to receive what's already on its way. When you practice this consistently, something remarkable begins to happen. The universe responds to your awareness. Opportunities that would have passed you by suddenly slow down so you can notice them. Teachers who would have walked past you stop and turn around. Books that would have remained on the shelf practically fall into your hands. Why? Because you've become energetically visible to what's seeking you. The Gratitude Gateway isn't just about being thankful. It's about tuning your consciousness to the frequency where synchronicity becomes your default reality. Try it tonight, and then comment below. Don't just read and move on. Comment with this exact phrase, I am ready to receive what seeks me now. Let that be your signal to the field, your declaration that you're no longer living in the consciousness of seeking, but in the consciousness of receiving. When you complete this practice tonight, you'll notice something subtle but profound. You'll start seeing patterns you've been missing, synchronicities that were always there but invisible to your previous state of awareness. It's not that the universe suddenly starts working for you. It's that you finally start working with the universe. There's a second layer to this practice that deepens everything. Once you've acknowledged the three gifts, sit with this question. What was I believing about myself, about life, about reality right before each gift appeared? Because here's what you'll discover. Each treasure arrived not randomly, but at the precise moment when your consciousness shifted from one frequency to another. From doubt to openness, from resistance to surrender, from seeking to allowing. That shift is what created the opening. And when you become conscious of this pattern, you gain the ability to create openings intentionally. You stop waiting for life to force you into readiness and start choosing readiness as your default state. Now let me take you somewhere else, somewhere that will show you why effort, in its traditional sense, might be the very thing preventing what you want from arriving. And it contains a principle that most people spend their entire lives resisting. In the volcanic valleys, where the Earth's molten core rises close to the surface, there lived a master blacksmith named Brandon Rodriguez. His forge sang with a sound that travelers claimed they could hear in their dreams days after leaving the valley. But Brandon had a secret frustration. For decades, he'd mastered the art of bending metal to his will, hammering, forcing, shaping through sheer strength and precision. He was known across kingdoms for his ability to dominate the forge, to make iron submit to his vision. Until one morning, his hammer shattered against a piece of metal that simply would not yield. He tried everything. More heat, different angles, stronger tools. Nothing worked. The metal refused him completely. Exhausted and confused, he collapsed beside his cooling forge that night. And in the space between waking and sleep, something happened. He heard the metal speak, not in words, but in feeling, in knowing. Your force creates resistance. Your surrender reveals my truth. I am not meant to be conquered. I am meant to flow into form. When Brandon woke, everything changed. He approached the same stubborn piece of iron, but this time, instead of forcing, he listened. He felt for the metal's natural desire to transform. He moved with its rhythm instead of against it. And when he did, when he stopped trying to dominate and started partnering with the material, miracles emerged. Alloys lighter than feathers, but stronger than diamond. Blades that didn't cut flesh, but cut through illusion. Shields that deflected fear rather than arrows. Word spread. A warrior prince traveled across deserts to demand Brandon's secret. I don't have a secret, Brandon said, holding a glowing ingot as gently as if it were a sleeping child. I simply listen to what wants to become, and I help it arrive. Let that land for a moment. How much of your life have you spent trying to force outcomes? Pushing against resistance? Fighting to make things happen through sheer will and effort? And how often has that forcing created the very obstacles you were trying to overcome? Here's the truth that rewrites everything. Creation doesn't respond to dominance. It responds to harmony. When you stop fighting the universe's current and start flowing with it, you become a channel for power you couldn't access through effort alone. Your desires don't manifest because you conquered them into existence. They manifest because you aligned with the natural unfolding of what's already trying to emerge. This is where most people get stuck. They think manifestation is about mental discipline, visualizing hard enough, affirming loud enough, believing strong enough. But real manifestation, the kind that creates lasting transformation, isn't about force. It's about resonance. The universe isn't waiting for you to prove yourself worthy through struggle. It's waiting for you to soften enough to receive what's already yours. This is the secret that every master craftsman, every true artist, every person who's created something genuinely extraordinary eventually discovers. You cannot force excellence. You can only create the conditions where excellence naturally emerges. You cannot dominate beauty into existence. You can only align with it so completely that it flows through you without obstruction. Brandon's transformation wasn't about learning a new technique. It was about unlearning an old belief. The belief that control equals power. What he discovered is that true power comes from partnership, from recognizing that you're not separate from the forces you're trying to shape, but part of the same unified field. And when you honor that unity, when you work with the intelligence that's already present in the material, in the moment, in the situation, miracles become normal. This applies to everything in your life, your relationships, your career, your creative projects, your spiritual path. Anytime you're forcing, you're creating resistance. Anytime you're flowing, you're creating possibility. But here's what's subtle about this. Flowing doesn't mean passive. It doesn't mean you stop taking action or making decisions. It means your actions and decisions arise from attunement rather than anxiety, from presence rather than pressure, from trust rather than terror. You can feel the difference in your body. When you're forcing, your jaw is tight, your breath is shallow, your shoulders are tense. When you're flowing, there's effort, sometimes tremendous effort. But it's easeful. It doesn't deplete you. It enlivens you. Here's how you embody this principle right now. Stop reading for a moment. Sit up straight. Place your hands on your knees, palms facing upward. This isn't symbolic. It's energetic. You're physically opening yourself to receive instead of staying closed in effort. Now breathe. But not your normal breathing. Conscious breathing. And with each exhale, you're going to release one layer of control. Inhale slowly. As you do, say internally, I am the universe flowing freely. Exhale completely. As you do, let tension drain from your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Actually feel it release. Inhale again. I am divine will in motion. Exhale. Release resistance from your mind, the tight grip you've been holding on outcomes, the fear that if you don't force things, nothing will happen. Inhale. I am perfect cosmic timing. Exhale. Surrender the need to control when and how your life unfolds. Continue this for at least 2 minutes, maybe longer, until you feel something shift inside you, until you feel lighter, more open, like molten metal ready to flow into whatever form life has prepared for you. This isn't passivity. This is the most powerful stance you can take. Because when you stop blocking the universe with effort, you allow it to move through you with effortless precision. Take a moment and share in the comments. What's one area of your life where you've been forcing instead of flowing? What would it look like to surrender that struggle and trust the process? Your reflection might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Brandon's Forge still exists, not in physical space, but in the realm of principle. And every time you choose flow over force, harmony over struggle, you're standing at that forge, letting reality shape you into something more magnificent than you could have designed yourself. What no one tells you about sacred timing. Let me share something that might challenge everything you believe about how life works. You think you're late. You think you've missed opportunities. You think if only you'd known this teaching 5 years ago, 10 years ago, everything would be different now. But here's what shifts everything. You are exactly on time. The reason you're watching this now, not last year, not next month, but now, is because this is the precise moment your consciousness can integrate what's being transmitted. If you'd encountered this teaching earlier, you would have intellectually understood it, but you wouldn't have embodied it. The experiences you've lived, the pain you've endured, the confusion you've navigated, all of it was preparing the soil of your awareness for these seeds to take root. The universe doesn't make mistakes with timing. Think about those stories we explored. Jessica's impossible marketplace didn't operate on customer demand. It operated on customer readiness. The copper bowl existed long before the traveler arrived, but it only became real, only activated its full potential, when his consciousness matched its frequency. The same is true for you right now. This teaching has existed in various forms for millennia, but it's appearing in your life now because now is when you can do something with it. Now is when your soul has evolved enough to not just hear these words, but to let them restructure your reality. There's a concept in quantum physics called the observer effect. It states that the act of observation changes what's being observed. Particles exist in superposition, all possible states simultaneously, until they're observed, at which point they collapse into one specific reality. Your consciousness works the same way. The teachings you're ready for collapse into your reality the moment you're capable of observing them at their deepest level. Not surface understanding, not intellectual agreement, but embodied recognition. You've been walking toward this moment your entire life. Every book that didn't quite satisfy you was pointing you here. Every teacher who helped but couldn't complete your journey was preparing you for this. Every moment of confusion, every dark night of the soul, every time you almost gave up but didn't, it was all part of the navigation system bringing you to this exact frequency. So no, you're not late. You're not behind. You haven't missed anything. You're right on time. And the fact that you feel something stirring in you as you hear this, that's not emotion. That's recognition. Your soul remembering what it's always known but forgot while moving through a world that taught you to doubt cosmic intelligence. Now, what we're exploring today is the recognition principle, understanding that readiness unlocks what's already present. But this is just one frequency in a much larger spectrum. If you're sensing there's more beneath this, you're right. In my book, Beyond the Frequencies, A Quantum Guide to Consciousness Mastery, I walk you through the complete system, the 9 master frequencies that move you from unconscious seeking to conscious receiving, from dense transmission to pure broadcast. We go deep into how to dismantle the frequency prison entirely and step into effortless creation as the field itself. It's linked in the pinned comment below. I want to go deeper into this because it's one of the most healing realizations you can have. When you truly grasp that you're not behind, that you haven't missed your window, that the universe hasn't forgotten you, something fundamental shifts in how you move through life. You stop rushing. You stop forcing. You stop living in the anxiety of, I should have done this sooner, or what if it's too late? Instead, you start trusting the unfolding. You start recognizing that every delay was actually preparation. Every detour was actually protection. Every moment of waiting was actually ripening. Think about fruit. An apple doesn't ripen faster because you're impatient for it. It ripens according to laws you can't control: sunlight, temperature, time. If you pick it too early, it's sour. If you wait too long, it rots. But if you pick it at exactly the right moment, it's perfect. Your life works the same way. There are teachings you can only absorb at certain stages of development. Opportunities you can only recognize when your awareness has expanded enough. Relationships you can only sustain when your consciousness has matured to hold them. This doesn't mean you sit around doing nothing, waiting for the universe to deliver. It means you stay active, engaged, present, but from a place of trust rather than desperation. You take action because you're inspired, not because you're terrified of being left behind. And here's what's magical about this shift. When you stop rushing ahead of your own readiness, when you start trusting your timing, opportunities begin appearing that were completely invisible before. Not because they weren't there, but because you weren't there. Your consciousness wasn't at the frequency where they could register. Now let's talk about something most spiritual teachers won't tell you, because it undermines their entire business model. Before we go there, I want to hear from you. Comment below with one moment in your life when something appeared at exactly the right time, when the universe's timing was undeniable. When you share these stories, you're not just reflecting, you're activating that same recognition for others and strengthening the pattern in your own field. Most spiritual paths tell you to seek, to search, to journey far and wide looking for truth. And there's value in that. Movement creates momentum, questions open doors, exploration expands awareness. But there's a shadow side to seeking that no one talks about. When you're always searching for the next teaching, the next breakthrough, the next level of consciousness, you're operating from a frequency of lack. You're telling the universe, what I have isn't enough. Where I am isn't enough. Who I am isn't enough. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, responds by giving you more to seek. The cosmic marketplace doesn't open its deepest treasures to those who are desperately searching. It opens to those who have become still enough to receive. This is the paradox at the heart of all transformation. You can't find what you're looking for by looking. You find it by becoming the person who no longer needs to look, because they've recognized that everything they sought was already within them. Jessica's items didn't reveal themselves to the seekers who came demanding, grasping, trying to acquire. They revealed themselves to those who had searched long enough to finally stop searching, who had journeyed far enough to realize the journey was always internal. The traveler who received the copper bowl, his searching was complete, not because he found the object, but because his consciousness had evolved beyond the frequency of seeking into the frequency of recognition. Can you feel the difference? Seeking is external. Recognition is internal. Seeking says, I need something I don't have. Recognition says, I am ready to see what's already here. This doesn't mean you stop growing. It doesn't mean you stop learning. It means you shift from the energy of chasing to the energy of unfolding, from the vibration of lack to the vibration of readiness. And that shift, that subtle but profound recalibration of your energetic stance, changes everything. There's a teaching from the Zen tradition that captures this perfectly. A student approaches a master and asks, "How long will it take me to achieve enlightenment?" The master responds, 10 years. The student, eager and ambitious, says, "But what if I work twice as hard?" The master replies, "Then 20 years." Do you see what's being revealed here? The harder you seek, the further away you move from what you're seeking. Because seeking itself creates separation. It reinforces the belief that what you want is somewhere else, sometime else, someone else. But recognition dissolves that separation. It reveals that what you've been seeking was never absent. You were just looking past it, through it, beyond it, convinced that truth must be more complicated, more distant, more difficult to access than it actually is. This is the great cosmic joke. The treasure you've been searching for across continents and decades has been in your own backyard the entire time. Not metaphorically, literally. It's been in your awareness, your presence, your simple capacity to see what is rather than what you think should be. And the moment you stop seeking and start seeing, everything you need begins revealing itself. Not because it's finally arriving, but because you finally arrived at the consciousness that can receive it. Let me show you what's really encoded in these ancient stories. When the text speaks of merchants and blacksmiths, when it describes impossible objects and mystical transformations, it's not asking you to believe in magic. It's asking you to recognize the magic that's already operating in your life, invisible only because you've been trained not to see it. Every person you've ever met was either a teacher or a student, often both simultaneously. Every challenge you faced was either a prison or a classroom, depending on how you chose to perceive it. Every moment of your existence has been a cosmic transaction, with the universe offering you exactly what you needed to evolve, and you either accepting or refusing based on your level of readiness. The marketplace isn't somewhere else. It's here. It's now. It's the field of possibility that surrounds you in every moment. And you are both Jessica and the traveler. You are both the merchant with impossible wares and the seeker finally ready to receive them. Part of you holds treasures you don't yet know how to access. Gifts that are waiting for the rest of you to catch up. Potential that's been dormant, not because it's unavailable, but because you haven't yet become the consciousness that can activate it. And another part of you is walking through the marketplace right now, eyes opening to what's always been available, hands finally empty enough to receive instead of grasp. This is the teaching beneath the teaching. You are not separate from the universe distributing wisdom. You are the universe in human form, remembering itself through your experiences, waking itself up through your awareness. The book that appears when you're ready isn't out there. It's in here, written in the language of your own becoming. And every time you choose awareness over unconsciousness, presence over distraction, surrender over force, you're reading another page. Why most people never receive what's available. Let's get uncomfortably honest for a moment. Most people will watch this video and feel inspired. They'll nod along, maybe even get emotional, sense something profound moving in them. And then they'll click away, return to their regular programming, and within days, forget this ever happened. Why? Because receiving requires more than interest. It requires integration, and integration requires you to actually change. Not just intellectually agree with the idea of change, but to rewire your daily behaviors, your automatic reactions, your unconscious patterns. The universe is infinitely abundant. It's offering you everything, all the time. But you can only receive what your current identity has space to hold. If your identity is built around struggle, you'll unconsciously reject ease when it appears. If your identity is built around unworthiness, you'll sabotage gifts before you fully receive them. If your identity is built around seeking, you'll look past what's right in front of you, convinced the real treasure must be somewhere else. This is why the teaching emphasizes readiness over effort. You can't force yourself ready. You can't fake it. Your nervous system knows the truth. Your energy field broadcasts your actual state, not your desired state. And the universe responds to what you are, not what you claim to be. So how do you become ready? Not by adding more practices, more knowledge, more spiritual credentials. By releasing what's blocking your readiness. By identifying the beliefs, stories, and identities that keep you vibrating at a frequency where the deepest gifts can't reach you. For some of you, it's the belief that you have to earn love, success, wisdom through suffering. For others, it's the story that you're fundamentally broken and need fixing. For others still, it's the identity of being behind, late, not enough. These aren't just thoughts. They're energetic barriers. And until you dismantle them, you'll keep encountering the same lessons in different forms, wondering why the universe isn't delivering what you've been asking for. It is delivering. You're just not receiving. The practice of active receiving. Right now, I want you to do something that might feel strange. Say out loud, I am ready. Don't qualify it. Don't add, I'm ready for love, or I'm ready for abundance, or I'm ready when the time is right. Just, I am ready. Feel what happens in your body when you say that. Notice if there's resistance. Notice if your mind immediately jumps in with reasons why you're not actually ready. Notice if fear arises, or doubt, or a sense of unworthiness. That noticing, that awareness of what blocks your readiness, is the first step toward clearing it. Now say it again, but this time, as you speak the words, consciously release one thing that's been keeping you in a state of unreadiness. Maybe it's a grudge you've been holding. Maybe it's a failure you've been replaying. Maybe it's a version of yourself you've been trying to force into existence instead of allowing to emerge. I am ready. Release. I am ready. Release. Do this until you feel a shift, until the words stop feeling like a lie and start feeling like recognition. Like your soul has been waiting for your mind to catch up, and now finally, they're meeting in the same moment. This is active receiving, not passively hoping the universe will drop something in your lap, but actively creating the internal conditions where what's seeking you can finally land. And here's what I want you to understand. The moment you genuinely embody this frequency, reality reorganizes around you. Not eventually, immediately. Opportunities appear, conversations shift, people who resonate with your new vibration enter your field. Circumstances align in ways that would seem impossible from your previous state of consciousness. Why? Because you've stopped broadcasting lack and started broadcasting readiness. And the universe responds to what you broadcast with perfect precision. The collective field of readiness. Take a moment right now and comment below with one single word. Just one word that captures the energy you're choosing to embody from this point forward. Not what you hope to feel, not what you think sounds spiritual, but the actual energetic signature you're committing to. Maybe it's ready, maybe it's open, maybe it's aligned, or receiving, or present. Whatever word rises in you, that's your declaration to the quantum field. Your signal that you're no longer the person who started watching this video. You've shifted, and that shift, though it might seem small, is actually seismic at the level of consciousness. Here's why this matters more than you realize. When you make a public declaration, when you put energy behind your intention by naming it in community, you're not just speaking to yourself, You're speaking to the collective field, and the collective field holds you accountable in ways your private thoughts never can. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of people watching this right now. Each of you at your own stage of readiness, each of you carrying your own frequency. But when you all make a declaration together, when you all drop a word into the comments that signals your new energetic stance, you create a collective resonance. And that collective resonance amplifies what's possible for everyone in it. This is how movements begin, not with leaders telling followers what to do, but with groups of individuals simultaneously choosing a new frequency and supporting each other in maintaining it. So don't skip this. Don't watch passively. Drop your word. Make your declaration. Join the field of those who are no longer seeking because they've recognized they're ready to receive. And if what you've heard today is touching something deep in you, if you feel a resonance that goes beyond intellectual agreement, then I invite you to subscribe. Not just to this channel, but to this frequency, to this space where consciousness and practical transformation meet, to this community of people who are waking up together, supporting each other in staying coherent, staying aligned, staying elevated. Because here's the final truth. The more of us who embody this, the more the world reflects that truth back to us. We're not just individual seekers anymore. We're a collective force. And every person who shifts from seeking to receiving, from force to flow, from lack to readiness, they make it easier for the next person to do the same. This is how reality changes. One consciousness at a time. One declaration at a time. One moment of readiness at a time. The book that's always been yours. So let me bring this full circle. The book that only appears when the universe knows you're ready. You're already reading it. It's not a physical object waiting on some mystical shelf. It's the living text of your own awakening. Every experience you've lived is a chapter. Every person you've met is a character revealing something about yourself. Every challenge is a plot twist designed to deepen your understanding. Every breakthrough is a revelation showing you what you've been capable of all along. You are both the reader and the story, the seeker and the treasure, the question and the answer, and the readiness you've been waiting for. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you choose, again and again, in small moments and large ones. Every time you release control and trust flow. Every time you recognize perfect timing instead of resisting delay. Every time you shift from seeking to receiving. That's readiness. Not a destination you arrive at, but a frequency you tune to. And you've been tuning to it your entire life, even in moments when you thought you were lost, especially in those moments. Because sometimes the greatest readiness emerges from the deepest confusion. The ancient teachers knew this. That's why their stories always include darkness before illumination, confusion before clarity, the hero's descent into the underworld before their return with the treasure. Because readiness isn't cultivated in comfort. It's forged in challenge. Not through the challenge itself, but through how you meet it. Every difficulty you've faced has been an invitation to deepen your trust. Every loss has been an opportunity to discover what can't be lost. Every moment of not knowing has been a portal into knowing that transcends intellectual understanding. And if you're honest with yourself, you'll recognize that your greatest breakthroughs didn't come when everything was easy. They came when you were at the edge of your capacity, forced to either collapse or expand. And you expanded. Not because you were special or chosen or spiritually advanced, but because when faced with that choice, some part of you, the deepest, truest part, chose growth over safety. That part is what's being activated right now. Not the part that wants comfort, not the part that wants guarantees, but the part that wants truth more than it wants ease. The part that's willing to be transformed, even when transformation is uncomfortable. This is what readiness actually feels like. Not peaceful bliss, but a live willingness. The recognition that you'd rather evolve through discomfort than stagnate in comfort. So here's my final invitation to you. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for some external authority to tell you that now, finally, you're ready. You're ready now. You've always been ready. You just needed to remember. The marketplace is open. The forge is lit. The copper bowl is humming with recognition. And the universe is watching, not to judge, but to witness the moment you stop seeking and start receiving. Everything you've ever wanted is waiting for you to become the person who no longer needs to want it. Let that be your new frequency. Let that be your declaration. Let that be the truth you carry forward from this moment on. You are ready. The universe knows it. And now, so do you. This moment right here, this is the threshold. Not between who you were and who you'll become, but between the version of you that doubts readiness and the version that embodies it. Both exist simultaneously. Both are available right now. The only question is which one you're going to feed your attention, your energy, your belief. Because here's the final truth that nobody tells you. The universe isn't testing your readiness to see if you're worthy. It's responding to your readiness because that's how the system works. Consciousness recognizes consciousness. Frequency attracts frequency. And the moment you stop performing readiness and start being it, everything you've been preparing for begins flowing toward you. Not in some distant future. Now, in the decisions you make today, in the way you show up for yourself tonight, in the lens through which you interpret tomorrow's challenges and opportunities. The book has appeared. The teaching has found you. The cosmic marketplace has opened its doors, and you're standing at the threshold with everything you need to walk through. The only question left is, will you? Will you choose the frequency of readiness over the comfort of familiar limitation? Will you trust that what's seeking you is worth surrendering the identity you've been clinging to? Will you let yourself be transformed by the very teaching you've been asking for? If the answer is yes, and I sense that it is, otherwise you wouldn't still be here, then your entire life is about to reflect that yes back to you in ways that will leave you breathless. Not because the universe rewards belief, but because the universe is you, and when you shift, it shifts. When you open, it opens. When you say yes to readiness, reality says yes to possibility. This is the teaching beneath all teachings. The secret hidden in plain sight. The treasure that was never lost, only waiting for you to recognize it. You are ready. You've always been ready. And everything that happens from this moment forward will prove that truth to you again and again in ways both subtle and extraordinary. Welcome home. Now, if you've truly grasped what readiness means, you need to understand what happens next. Because there's a collapse coming, and it's not what you think. The moment you step into this new frequency, your old identity begins to disintegrate. Not as punishment, but as necessity. You can't hold new consciousness in old containers. That's why I created the video. The moment you watch this, your old self begins to collapse. It shows you exactly how to navigate this transition, what to expect as the old structures fall away, and how to stay grounded as you become something entirely new. Watch it next.